Good morning. I wanted to do a little video this morning on just what the heck are they saying on ATIS. So I got a lot of questions from students asking when they're listening to the ATIS information, what is all that information about? What are they saying? What do all the different things on there mean? And I wanted to just break down a little bit this morning some of the different things that we talk about when we listen to ATIS. What are the key things to look for and listen for? And what are we going to need to input into the aircraft, into some of the systems as we listen to that. So we'll listen through it today, and then I'll try and break it down and individually talk about each item that they address on ATIS. I hope that you find this helpful, and we'll get right into it. All right, so first off, here in Abbotsford, ATIS information is found on the frequency of 119.80. Okay, so we'll listen to that, we'll jump on, and we'll start to listen to what they're talking about.
Abbotsford Information Alpha, weather at 14000 Zulu, wind 320, at 3, visibility 30 miles, sky clear, temperature 11, dew point 8, altimeter 3007, approach ILS or visual runway 07, landing runway 07 and runway 01, departing runway 01 and runway 07. Inform ATC that you have information Alpha. Abbotsford Information Alpha, weather at 14000 Zulu.
Alright, let's talk about one thing at a time, alright? Let's talk about, first thing they say is, morning Abbotsford, this is Information Alpha. So, what they do throughout the day, they'll break the information up into increments, depending on when they're issued. Usually it's on the hour, and every hour they'll issue a new ATIS. Sometimes they'll issue an ATIS between the hour if there's been a significant change in weather, or some other reason that you'd have to be aware of something new. But typically, about every hour they issue a new ATIS, and that ATIS will apply until a new ATIS is issued. Alright, so Information Alpha is the first ATIS of the day. We're currently at 7:06 a.m., so the Abbotsford Tower didn't open until 7 a.m. And so the first ATIS that comes out is Information Alpha, and we'll listen for the next item.
Abbotsford Information Alpha, weather at 14000 Zulu, wind 320, at 3, visibility 30 miles.
Alright, so the next thing they tell us is our wind. Wind this morning was 320 at 3. What does that mean? So 320 refers to the compass heading. And so if you look down here, you can see here's our directional gyro. And this will tell us our heading that we're flying. So right now the wind is from 320, which is 320 degrees. So right off our left nose there is where the wind is. And they said wind is 320 at 3. So 3 is the wind speed. The wind is coming from over there at 3 knots. So pretty light, calm day. You can see it's actually a nice calm day this morning. All right, let's go ahead and listen to the next thing.
Visibility 30 miles. Sky
All right.
clear. Temperature 1.
Visibility 30 miles. So what does that mean? So that's talking about the distance that we can see. So if we look outside right now, we can see 30 miles, which is 30 nautical miles. That doesn't mean that's as far as you could possibly see, but that means we have at least 30 nautical miles, which essentially means unlimited visibility. And if I look outside right now, I can see mountains in all directions. So that is an accurate statement. We can see at least 30 nautical miles. All right, let's listen to the next thing.
clear, temperature 11, dew point 8, altimeter 3007.
Alright, next thing they said was sky clear, so that is referring to our visibility of the sky, which, there again, we do have a sky clear condition, meaning there's no clouds in the sky. Sometimes they will tell you we have clouds at certain altitudes, but right now it is actually sky clear.
Wind 320 at tree, visibility 30 miles, sky clear, temperature 11, dew point 8, altimeter 3007.
Alright, temperature 11, dew point 8. Alright, so that means that our temperature is 11 degrees, and our dew point is at 8 degrees. What is dew point? Right now that it would be the temperature, if the temperature came down to 8 degrees, we would have visible moisture in the air, based on the humidity. So right now we have what we call a split of 3 degrees. Temperature is 3 degrees higher than the dew point, meaning that we don't have any visible moisture in the air right now. The closer those two numbers get together, the more the chance that we're going to have fog or clouds in the air. Alright, let's move on.
Altimeter 3007. Approach I.
Alright, altimeter 3007 is the next thing they said. What does that mean? Alright, we have two different places on this helicopter we can input our altimeter setting. So first of all, we can look at our altimeter here, our analog altimeter, and we can see that on the right hand side we have our altimeter setting. So if we dial this till we get to 3007, we should read our altimeter for our current barometric pressure there. On the Aspen we also have another place, we have from yesterday 3016, so we'll select that, we'll dial that till we get to 3007. So that should read our current altitude here at the airport right now based on the barometric pressure.
Altimeter 3007. Approach ILS or visual runway 07. Landing runway 07 and runway 01. Departing runway 01 and runway 07. Inform ATC that you have information.
Alright, so based on the winds today, the landing and departing runways are going to be runway 07. So if we look at our compass heading, north is over there. That means 07 is going to be to our right. So if we were looking down the runway from the end of the runway, we would want to look and see the number 07, meaning that's the direction that we're looking down the runway. So the runway heading eastbound, that's runway 07. And the other runway that they reference is runway 01. So that's heading northbound is runway 01. 01 refers to 10 degrees off of north. So today, if we were taking off as an airplane, we'd want to make sure that we're going to be setting up to take off 01 or 07, depending on which way we're heading. As a helicopter, we don't usually use runways to depart, but we do want to still know that information because it'll set up which way the circuit pattern is going to go. So here, in this case, if they're using 01 as the active runway and we're in the infield, we would want to do a right-hand circuit, meaning that we will follow the pattern of the aircraft. We never want to fly opposite direction from another aircraft on the pattern. So if they're departing northbound, we want to depart initially northbound with that traffic, which would turn us into a right-hand circuit. Alright. Alright, Information Alpha. So that's the end of the information for today, for right now. Sometimes they'll include some other information in there. So just start paying attention to what they're all saying. As you start to listen to that and break it down one thing at a time, it starts to become a lot more clear what the entire flow of what they're saying is. So sometimes, you got to listen to it 2-3 times till you glean the information you need, and then start picking out some of the key things. The key things you're always going to need, you're always going to want to know your wind. So which way am I going to take off and depart? I always want to take off and land into the wind. That's really important information to know. Number 2, you want to know your altimeter setting, because that's going to set up if you're doing a departure off a certain route or arriving into the airport. They want you at a certain altitude for clearance from other aircraft. So if we don't have our altimeter set correctly, we may think that we're at 700 feet, and in fact we might be at 800 or 900 feet, which means we don't have the separation that we need from another Cessna in the circuit. So those are 2 very critical pieces of information. Also, when we make a call to the tower, we need to always let them know that we have this case, information alpha, meaning we've listened to the ATIS, we know we have the right altimeter setting, we understand the circuit pattern of the aircraft and stuff. So if we don't listen to that and we can't tell them we have information alpha, they don't have the assurance to know that we know the information we need to about the airport. So very important that we actually listen to it, and then we listen for some of those key pieces of information like wind, altimeter setting, and temperature, and those kind of things. So hope you found this video useful, and I just noticed they're about to fire up the 206, and so I'm going to be distracted for a minute by the sound of the turbine firing up. So anyways, thanks again for joining, and hope you found this really useful.